Two weeks ago, I put down my fall pre-emergent granular product. Today, I'm putting down my second round of fall pre-emergent. Yeah, you heard me right. This is my second round of fall pre-emergent. What's up, everybody? It's Drew, and we're back for another edition of It's Going Down. This is where I show you exactly what's going down on my lawn and when I'm doing it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And in this video today, we're going to be tackling some weed control and some fall fertilization. Now, just a reminder, I have Bermuda grass, so make sure that this approach that I'm doing will work for your lawn and your grass type before following my program. I'm going to be using a combination of products today, and I want to make sure that my lawn is in peak condition going into winter. I'm going to walk you through why I chose these products that I'm putting down today. I'm going to talk about the timing of the application, and I'm going to talk you through the results that you can expect. I cannot stress to you enough how important it is to be putting down pre-emergent. Putting down pre-emergent is at the top of my list to do every single year, and it should never be skipped. So it's really important that you understand that pre-emergent is a preventative measure. It's going to stop the weeds from germinating. It won't help with any established weeds or perennial weeds that have already developed a root system. Applying pre-emergent in the fall is going to be crucial for when spring rolls around. It's going to be that weed prevention because it helps create that barrier for things like crabgrass, goosegrass, foxtail, poana, and so many other problematic weeds that we face every single year. This is going to stop them from germinating later on. I want to talk about crabgrass for a moment here. I've had a couple people reach out to me over the last week or so. They've talked about how bad their crabgrass infestations are. And using this pre-emergent method will eliminate crabgrass completely. It will. But let me clarify that. If you do this properly, you will have zero crabgrass in your lawn. Both Anderson's barricade and Dimension will attack crabgrass. Now, there are a couple weeds in my lawn like nutsedge and chamber bitter, but crabgrass is not one of them. I think that nutsedge is hanging around in my yard because it's a seed, or actually it's a nut that buries deep into the ground. It has the ability to reproduce in these underground structures. There's this other weed that I've got in my yard called chamber bitter, and I've devoted an entire video about this weed. It has been my arch nemesis for years. If you're dealing with this weed too, make sure you check out that video because I devised a plan to take it out for good. I explain it all there. Okay, back to crabgrass. If you've already got it in your lawn, you're going to have to do something else than just do this pre-emergent. Don't skip the pre-emergent, but I want you to go get this other product called BioAdvance Crabgrass Killer. It's a hosed-in sprayer, so you don't need any extra tools to do the job. All you need is a water hose, and it will take immediate effect. You can get it at a local store, but I'll put a link in the description below for any products that I'm using today. But please, please, please make sure that you read the label. Make sure that your grass is going to tolerate this product. I don't want to see you try to treat your crabgrass and then burn your lawn in the process because you put down a product on your grass that it can't handle. Proper application will eliminate the need for constantly spot treating these weeds next year. It's really going to save you a ton of time. My point is that you want to invest a little bit of time now putting down this pre-emergent so you're not constantly in the yard come spring and summertime when you're trying to treat the weeds after they come up. You don't want to have to spend all that time in the yard battling weeds and possibly hurting your lawn in the process. Timing is key with pre-emergent because you want to apply in the mid-fall when soil temperatures are around 70 degrees. So back on September 20th is when I applied my first round of pre-emergent. For Georgia lawns, September is ideal for this type of treatment. It's better to go earlier than it is later in the fall. One thing that I need to point out is do not ever apply pre-emergent when the ground is wet. And I'm talking when the soil is saturated. I'm not talking about if there's some heavy dew on the ground. You want to avoid recent rainfall. And actually, a few days before I put down my first round of pre-emergent, there was some heavy rains, and I wanted to make sure I avoid that situation because we had 3 inches of rain, the soil was completely saturated, and I knew that my soil wouldn't be able to absorb that pre-emergent. I had to wait for things to dry out before applying that Anderson's barricade. So yeah, wet soil can prevent the pre-emergent from really working properly. It's been almost 3 weeks since we've had our last rain. And looking at the 10-day forecast, it's pretty bleak. There is no rain in the forecast. It's pretty crazy, but it's okay. The grass is still here, it's surviving. I've got my irrigation system running, and it creates a perfect opportunity to put down this pre-emergent. But yes, I needed to make sure that the conditions were perfect. And so that's when I put it down on September 20th. Now, doing this double kill effort, I wanna make sure that I don't miss anything. I don't want to miss anything on the first round, so I'm going to get it on the second round. This pre-emergent method is not going to harm your lawn if it's established. Now, one last disclaimer. If you recently put down sod or if you put down new seed, you cannot put down pre-emergent. I repeat, you cannot put down pre-emergent. It does not discriminate. I don't want to see you waste your money on that beautiful new sod or that seed that you just put down. If you put down some seed in a small area, like say you're trying to fill in a bare spot, you can still put down the pre-emergent in other areas. Just don't do it there. The other big thing that I'm doing today is I'm applying Anderson's PGF Balanced. That's a 10-10-10 fertilizer. The balanced fertilizer is a great time to do it this time of the year because it provides a lot of macronutrients that your grass needs from that stress that it's had over the summer. It's got 10% nitrogen for growth, it's got 10% phosphorus for root development, and it's got 10% potassium for durability. The nitrogen in there is actually a mix between fast and slow release. So you can feed the grass now, but all the way through fall. This product is really good for new sod or seeded areas because it'll give your grass a really good jump start, one that it really needs to get going. Anderson's also adds micronutrients such as iron, sulfur, and magnesium. That iron is going to give you that pop of green color that we all want to see in our lawn, and the sulfur helps with pH balance of alkaline soils. This fertilizer is really going to help you nourish your grass. Okay, last thing here. While putting down my liquid pre-emergent, I'm going to be also adding a little liquid fertilizer. I'm going to be using that Urban Farm 1312 product that I used last week. I did a video on it, so make sure you check that out. But this fertilizer is a light fertilizer. It's going to add a little bit of extra nitrogen and a little extra of those micronutrients that's going to help our grass recover from that stress over summer. It's low in phosphorus, it's low in potassium, so it's not going to overbalance or overcorrect or burn the lawn. You can check out that video from last week where I talk about this specific fertilizer in more detail. I just like to add a little extra light fertilizer anytime I'm putting down some sort of liquid product in the lawn. Now that you know what's going down, it's time to get out there and apply these products to the lawn. Let me show you how to measure, mix, and get these products working in the yard. Okay, after looking up the application rate for this Dimension product, it measures out for about 10,000 square feet to be 125 milliliters to 150 milliliters. It depends on if you want to go with a lower application rate or a higher application rate. I'm going to stick towards the lower application rate. So this 125 milliliters is about half a cup. Fortunately for this liquid lawn, it's about the same measurement. I'm going to be using the high pressure nozzle spray. It's going to give me about 3 feet of spray as I'm walking along here. All right, so let's recap. Timing wise, Labor Day through Halloween is going to be the window for fall fertilization and weed control. This is going to help boost the grass through early fall, and it's going to help with the grass growing into dormancy. So these 3 products today that I mentioned that I'm going to be using today, they work in tandem to help nourish our grass, prevent weeds, and to set up our grass for optimal shape come wintertime. This little investment today is going to pay huge dividends for the lawn, and so I want to make sure that my grass is in peak condition going into the winter. Okay guys, that's it for me today. I hope you liked this video. I really hope that you enjoy it, and I hope that it's something that you got benefit out of. So make sure you subscribe if you want to stick around for more lawn care action. I'd be happy for you to join the community, and I will see you in the next video.